I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigate the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes. You see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold of me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games to play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, Let's fight for millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. One that made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see it brilliant. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop cases. Determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving. They changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people. Jabbing in competition. Back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going battle and fight this final round. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games to play, can't take it personal, cause the
devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you, things you gotta do. Hey, bounce with me one time, y'all. Bounce with me. Hey, bounce with me, DB. Love is the word. Oh, what's up, sir? D-Man, DB, D-Man, D-Man. We got a whole bunch of D's in here. TZ Frank, rolling on D's. What's up, TB? What's up, David? Yeah, man. It's we got a lot to talk about, man. We gonna have some fun, man. We got the one and only Brian Custer coming in tonight in a little bit. Big Dog Willie, man. We had a fun time last time he was in here. Man, it was fun. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, Drew Titan's birthday, man. Big Titan's birthday. Turn up one time for the boy. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, D-Man? Mike Mose, Fat Cat. We all in here, man. Banana pudding and peach cobbler, right? Mix that shit up together. You got the perfect woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That might be the best stripper in history. Banana pudding and peach cobbler. Coming to the stage. Banana pudding and peach cobbler. Shit. We might have to do something about that. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Banana pudding. Yeah, man. She's the light-skinned one. Banana pudding is the light-skinned one. You know what I mean? She's light bright. You know what I'm saying? Fred down there hating on Bud. Black Fight Fan made that shit famous. Oh, man. Thank you guys for coming in here tonight, man. We're going to rock out, man. And, yeah, what'd you guys think of the fights, man? We got a lot to talk about. Bob Arum's comments. Oh man, we got a lot. Oh shit. Andre Ward's comments. hey, I appreciate y'all tagging him, man. He responded to us tagging him and shit like that. So we'll talk about that, man. We're gonna have a great time with Brian Custer. We're gonna take some calls and shit and just have a good time, man. You know what I mean? This it's one of them days where it's great. We can go to Drew Titan at 4:30. Go to the fight party. I was about to call it the party. The fight party, 5:30. You know what I mean? You go to Champ Side at 6. You know what I mean? And then you got the nightcap. Feel free to pour a little bit, drink a little bit. You know what I mean? Put the NFL game on mute. Is it still on? No, it's 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Whatever you watching, put that shit on mute. You know what I mean? Put the barbershop on and your Bluetooth, man. And we can literally just talk shit about boxing and what the fuck we saw this weekend. Ain't no better. Ain't nobody. Ain't me better. Hey, that's what Terrence Crawford came out to last night. Can't nobody do it better. You know what I mean? He should have came out. Nobody does it better. But he from Omaha though. He don't know about that West Coast slang though. You know what I mean? Yeah, roll one up for me, TB. Smoke one for your boy. You know what I'm saying? I just had some peach cobbler with some ice cream and shit. You know what I mean? Rough week just for me. Oh, Pop's really sick, big dog Willie. You already know what we gonna do. You know what I mean? We're gonna send out prayer warriors right now. You know what I'm saying, big dog Willie? Even though we know your aptitude is limitless as it pertains to taking care of people. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna send out prayer warriors. Yeah. That's what some old school. You're right. Love is the word. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But too different to come out today. he don't even know it exists though. You know what I mean? He don't even know it exists. He should have had that shit remixed though, because it didn't even get to the part. He didn't even get to the part that it was supposed to get to before he got into the ring. He didn't edit it right. He should have edited it right. You know what I mean? What's up, Real Rap? You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all coming in here, man. All y'all got your own individual platforms. Y'all niggas still in here. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I as you guys know, I took Kell Brook. And it was an insurance bet. I mean, it's no way. What's up? It's no way you can pass up those odds on a Kell Brook. It's just no way. It's just no way, just me being a venture capitalist, that I could pass up on 10-1 odds. I'm just keeping it a buck, y'all. It's no, I mean, my conscience wouldn't let me pass that up. We're gonna have a good time. What's up, JJ? You know what I mean? And appreciate the hospitality, big homie. And it's just, I couldn't pass up those odds. I'm just keeping it. If it was 5-1, I would have passed that shit up. But 10-1 odds, shit, $200 to win 2,300 against a really live dog. In my eyes, I took it. You know what I mean? I told you guys at the beginning of the week, I think Bud gonna win, but I can't pass up the odds. You know, I'm mad at myself for taking Loma. You know what I mean? I should have went with the young one. Should have went with the young dude, but I took Loma. You know what I mean? I lost $440. I lost $440 on Loma. You know what I mean? But I made 1,000 on Alabama beating Georgia that night. So I made $560. So I'm straight. So it worked out well for me that night. You know what I mean? But I lost $200. Y'all saw it on my Instagram. I lost $200. You know what I mean? I had Kell up 2 rounds to 1 at worst, 3 rounds to nothing at best, you know, but the scorecards read 2-1 Kell on 2 scorecards, and other one had Crawford up 2-1. So that's pretty much where we were. You know what I'm saying? And if Kell could have got to the finish line, I think he would have won the fight. You know, but he didn't get to the finish line. If was a fifth, we'll all be, you know what I mean? If I was 6'5", I'll be in the NBA. You know what I mean? So that if shit is like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? If your ex-husband just would have did that, right? If your ex-wife just would have did that. So that's what it is, man. And you know what I mean? But it was fun. It was a good ride. We gonna ask Brian Custer a few questions, and we just open up the phone lines, man. I feel good tonight, man. It's just good to be in here with y'all. I'll be honest, man. I was really looking forward to this because it's our Monday, so I don't see y'all for 2 days and shit. And I'll be like, damn, when's Sunday gonna get here? I'll be excited and shit. You know, like Christmas Eve and shit. Can I open up another present? You know what I mean? And if you missed the Bob Arum interview that I conducted with the community, you missed a treat. Yeah, Phantom Brawler. I saw him. I saw that. I'm gonna respond. I ain't had no space. I ain't had no space to respond to Andre Ward. And Andre Ward wants me to respond to him. So I'm gonna give him what he want. You know what I mean? What the fuck? I ain't got, I'm just a YouTuber. You know what I mean? That's all I am. He was interviewing with the YouTuber, demeaning a YouTuber. I know. I mean, what the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? I just tell the truth. He said I mixed up his words. How the hell did I mix up his words when I just edited out his video? I didn't put no fancy edits on it. I just simply 30-second clip with the 30-second clip and posted it. Even Timothy Bradley agreed with me. You know what I mean? Even Timothy Bradley agreed. What's up, big homie?
Welcome to the show.
What's up, man?
My man, how you doing?
You doing, man? Hey, I'm just gonna say this. Everyone in the barbershop, if you ever see Brian Custer anywhere in the world, just walk up to him and tell him thank you. It don't got to make sense to y'all, but it just DM me. Say, man, I ran into Brian Custer and I told him thank you, and I'm just gonna say thank you too. What's up,
my man? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, man. So let's work backwards a little bit. You watched the fight? You watched the fight in the hotel room last night? Yeah.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I was in his home state of Nebraska.
I know.
Flew home, got home in time to drop my bag off, and it was starting.
Oh, okay. And tell me what you thought of it. Tell me what you thought of Crawford.
I thought he was good, man. And honest, I mean, I thought Kell Brook, he kind of controlled the distance early on, but Crawford's got that reach, and once he found his range, I mean, he's a beast, and I thought it was impressive, man. Listen, I think that was one of the things we talked about was, did he consider Kell Brook an elite welterweight? Because it's been a while since he's fought at that weight.
Yeah.
And but say what you want about Kell Brook, he is a former champion. He's fought some top guys, so that's at least a credit to Bud getting him out of there as quickly as he did.
Sure.
And two, he's finally gotten a name on his resume at welterweight. Yeah. That's what he's been fiending for.
Yes, I would agree that he got the name. And I bet on Kell Brook. I bet $200 to win $2,300. I'm supposed to make that bet, right?
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, I just got to make that bet.
Right.
But the Kell Brook that was building up to the fight wasn't the Kell Brook that was inside that ring. That motherfucker got hit with a jab and said, "Nigga look like Fred Sanford is it's the big one. Oh, it's the big one." Man, he started doing the Icky Wood shuffle, man. I'm like, dude, it was a jab. It was a jab. You know what I mean? And but I like the way he finished the show. Don't let this dude recover. Right. Don't get cute. Don't do all this Jerron Ennis stuff. You know what I mean? Just finish the guy and get to the post-fight interview. He did a great job at that. And since Errol Spence is the barometer, shit, I'm like, if I'm Errol Spence, I'm licking my chops. I'm like, God, Gary, I can't get to this guy soon enough. You know what I mean? Because he's susceptible to the jab. In my humble opinion, I thought even though he switched from orthodox to southpaw, he still fought on the same line to me. Like it was no variances in terms of him half stepping. He was still there. He just moved one shoulder in front and one to the rear. Yeah. In my opinion. So I thought he had a great fourth round, but Kell Brook gave us the blueprint, and so did I thought I don't know the guy's name. Fried green tomato. What's his name?
I don't know. No,
The guy he just lost. The guy he just beat.
Who did
Crawford. Yeah, Crawford. Who did he beat? Fried green tomato. What's that dude's name? He knocked him down, but they didn't call it.
Yeah. The guy before Kell Brook. You're talking
Yeah,
about.
the guy before Kell Brook. Yeah.
Yeah, that one,
Yeah,
that name, I have no
he
idea.
fought him kind of straight too, like and so that's kind of like the blueprint on Terrence Crawford. But I like the dog in him though. I like the dog in him. Man.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, once he has you hurt,
Yes,
it's over.
Right.
It's
right.
over. He ain't gonna fool around. He's not gonna be sitting up here, no, he's coming after you.
Yeah.
And without question, he's one of the best finishers. And you're right. I think you were really, that was the one thing I saw when he had to switch, because when he first started out, he was getting hit with that jab way too many times. And it was like, okay, let me go ahead and switch and get on in there. And once he got on in there, and listen, he caught Kell Brook coming in. Kell Brook was hitting with that jab, and then he came in, leaned in a little bit too much, and yeah, man, we saw Charlo do that. We saw Charlo hurt somebody with the jab. You know what I mean? And my man went into convulsions. So if you got a good jab, it can hurt you.
Yeah. Before we continue, Last Stand podcast, man, how many home runs you gonna hit this winter, man? Bro. Man, you and Barry, by shit, what you going 73?
No, let me just say this. I'm just trying to follow your lead. I mean, because you got Bob Arum on, Deontay on. I mean, you got everybody on there. And listen, that was great content for me. So, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, when I was talking with Bud, I'm asking him questions about Bob Arum. I'm like, hey, Bob Arum was on Barbershop.
I appreciate you saying my name. Thank you. I appreciate
let's talk about that. And the same thing with Deontay. So for me, you give me great content, man, great content. And it's so funny because I think we're about, like 2,000 shy of 10,000 now. And I remember when I first came on, we were just trying to get like 500 people to subscribe. You know what I mean? So, we're getting there. We're getting there. If we can get to 10,000, I think we'll be doing something.
Yeah, you'll get a push over the next 2 or 3 days for sure. Yeah. You got Deontay Wilder coming up Tuesday in a video, so I'm excited because I ain't seen D in a long. I've only spoke to him on the phone a few times, so I'm excited to see him. And let's give some teasers for that, man.
So it's gonna be interesting because if you're listen, Fred, if you're on the side that I think it's too many excuses, you're gonna see that episode and be like, okay. Now, if you're on the other side, you can say, okay, well, and the only reason why I say that is because, you look at what happened in that Top Rank card when clearly Maloney should have won that fight, and they tried to stick with the headbutt. And you're like, well, listen, I don't see where a headbutt is caught that, and the commission stuck with it. Well, listen, when you hear some of the things that Deontay says, considering what the Nevada commission did with that fight, you're thinking, you know what? He may not be far off about some of this stuff that they trying to, keep quiet. Yeah. So, and everyone, for those who will see it, will be like, and this too. Deontay has his opinions. You're not going to sway him. No. So even if I try to cut in, he go, no, let me talk. Okay, go ahead, get it out. So you're going to get a lot of that. And people would say, well, Brian, what do you think about him? And I always tell them, I said, listen, man, I've been married now for 19 years. The one thing I remember and that I've taken into that is you never discount somebody's feelings. When we were married for a couple of years, I think my wife said something. And I said, why would you think that? That's crazy. That was one of the worst mistakes I've ever made in my life. So I will never discount someone's feelings. So when Deontay has lists off the reasons why he feel like he's cheated, it's not for me to say, hey, why would you say that? Or there's no way you should feel that way. Those are his feelings.
Right.
And who am I to say that he's wrong? I just wanted to give him the platform to speak. He did. And we talked for about an hour.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's Tuesday, right? First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I saw all the teasers and stuff. I've been excited for you the past 3 weeks. Errol Spence, Derek James. By the way, Errol Spence looks like he looked like when you saw him when he sparred Charlo. Like I remember when you went down there.
Yes.
Dude, he looked fucking sheesh.
Good. I mean, he even said that when we finished, you know, he said, listen, I know a lot of people doubt me. A lot of people think that I'm not the guy that I used to be. You'll see. You'll see. And he was like, that's why I wanted this guy, man. I wanted this guy. I want somebody really good where no one can doubt what I'm doing. So that's why I think that's going to be a really good fight. Because I like Danny, too. I mean, Danny's a really cool cat. And I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, because Danny's coming to win. You know what I mean? Say what you want. You know, he feels like, look, damn, I got jobbed in a couple of fights.
Yeah.
And he even said when we had him on, he said, you know, the biggest lesson I learned from both of those fights was I started too slow. In both of those fights, I finished well. But you know what? I gave away the early rounds. Right. And so I'm not going to do that this time. I got to step to this guy. So that's why I think it's going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a highly contagious fight. I think it's a middle of the ring fight too, which makes it very, very like visually pleasing to the fans. You know what I mean? And then you had Terrence Crawford on. I thought that was an exception. He likes you, man. He likes you.
You know,
he likes you. I'm glad he likes someone.
Like
for real, like I'm glad he likes someone because we got to know. I mean, he's a really good fighter. He's
a really, I mean, he's an excellent fighter, elite fighter. And I tell you what, I thoroughly enjoy him. And you know, the first time we did it, I had not known him from Adam, and he came.
Really, the first interview, you didn't know him?
We had never met.
He was in the car.
Never talked.
Good ass interview. Yeah.
Never nothing. And one of his people reached out and said, Bud Crawford would like to meet you and would like to do your show. And I was like, absolutely. Yeah. And it was great. And I even told him, I said, you know, listen, I know when you get a fight, I'd like to have you back on. And he said, let's do it. You know, absolutely, man. So listen, I'm a Bud Crawford fan now. I mean, because didn't have to do it. And, you know, he opened up, gave me as much time as we wanted to talk. And I thoroughly enjoy that cat. And again, I credit you because for me, a lot of people took from that when they watched the second one, it was, whoa, I think Bud Crawford would seriously think about going over to the PBC. Yeah. And it was, for me, getting that, when you had that, when I sat there and listened to you and Bob Arum talk, and when he said, yeah, there's a possibility that I could lose this guy, I was like, oh, yeah. I need to ask Bud about this.
Yeah. It was it's just fun getting your notifications on Tuesday morning. You know what I mean? When I'm making my smoothies and shit, listening to Brian Custer and shit. You know what I mean? It's dope. How was the experience at Tank Davis fight? How was that experience? What was that like?
It was good. It was good. It was, you know, here's the thing, because of COVID, you know this, when you're in the fight, it's like, you know, you seeing family. What's up, Fred? How you doing, man? It's cool. Now we're in this COVID times, and we have at Showtime have these really strict protocols. CBS gives us really strict protocols. I mean, we can't leave our hotel rooms. We can't, all that type of stuff. And so when we were at the fight, we have COVID inspectors there who make sure we have our mask on at all times, except when we're on air, that people who interact with us are wearing masks, all that kind of stuff. So when, you know, crowds like, hey, Brian, come over, and your natural instinct is to go over and take a picture with somebody, and the inspector's looking at you like, don't even think about it. You know what I mean? So it was different in that aspect, because you just had to be like wave, like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. But it was good. The energy was good. Yeah. You know what I mean? The energy in the arena, it was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. I missed this. Right. That was the thing I missed most, and that's what made it hype.
How was the ending to the fight? And like, what did you see in Tank? That it would be good to have him on your show too.
You know, we had Tank on.
You sure did. I watched it. You sure did. I watched it.
We had Tank on.
He was like in his living room somewhere.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Uh-huh.
And I think the thing about Javonte was for this one he was focused. He was focused
without a doubt.
Only for the simple fact he knew it was pay-per-view. He knew he had to look good. And I think it was good that he had somebody like Leo because he knew he had somebody who was going to come to fight. Say what you want about Leo Santa Cruz. Hey, he may not have no power. He may not have this, but at least he was coming to fight. Yes. He wasn't going to be scared of Tank. Mm-hmm. He, you know, considering what his father has gone through, right. You know, that motivated him. Right. And I think that it was good. The good thing for Floyd with him was Floyd said, okay, you're going to be on pay-per-view. You're going to be in shape because if this guy makes you go 12 rounds, you can't gas out. Because if you gas out, this guy's going to be coming and could take you out just from the volume of punches. So that was the thing. You saw him. He looked good, even at 130, sometimes he's looked drawn, looked good. Floyd had him in tip-top shape. The interesting thing, I think, is going forward for Tank in these fights. Is it Floyd he's listening to? Is it Calvin? Because if you watch a lot of times in the corner, he was looking like this because it was Floyd on the ring down there talking to him, and Calvin's in front of him. So it's like, you know, you have that kind of relationship. Who's going to be the trainer? Who's going to be the guy going forward?
It's funny you said that because they called me a hater. Like I had people calling me a hater on my own show, man. They said, I said, I'm looking. Why are y'all discrediting or discounting what I'm looking at? I'm seeing, I was in Atlanta and I saw Floyd on the apron like this. And I'm like, hold up, he getting more privileges than a trainer. Yeah. And I'm like, I see, and I was trying to get Calvin Ford, but Calvin Ford is avoiding me because he know where I want to go with the interview and shit. You know what I mean? He's totally avoiding me, dog. He's totally avoiding me. I think he is. And So I'm sitting there like, this shit is going, in my humble opinion, you would never give me a key to your house. You would never. So, and you've had Tank since he was 7, 4, whatever it is. And now you get him to the brink of generational wealth, and a stranger comes into your house and gets all the credit for all your Emmy awards and all these interviews. And I'm like, nah, don't work that way. It don't work that way. Nah. And that's what I think that's what I think could potentially happen. You know, hopefully cooler, calmer, more intelligent minds can make it go forward, but I don't see it happening. You know.
Yeah. Listen, he said all the right things after the fight. Like, it's a partnership, and when you're in the presence of greatness, you know, you let them teach, you let them talk, and you let them do with their thing. And but you know, listen, you know, Tank spent the entire time in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think he needs to stay in Vegas. You know, I know we love our hood. Get out of Baltimore. It's just too many bad things that happens. It seems like whenever he goes back to Baltimore.
Right.
So I think that he needs to stay in Vegas, but they're going to definitely have to work something out, because it was Floyd who not only trained him for the most part. I mean, Calvin came for like the last, I wouldn't say 6 weeks of the camp, but for the first 6 weeks, it was all Floyd.
I saw that.
And so, you know, they'll have to work that, get that through. As long as they're winning, I don't think there will be an issue. Right. But if ever there's a hiccup, then that's when it will rear its ugly head. But you know, listen, I just think as long as you can keep Javonte on the straight and narrow, sky's the limit for that kid. I mean, he's powerful. He's a smart kid. I mean, because for him to say, okay, got him on the ropes. And if you watch, at one point, he kind of like not pushed him, but he put him in the position where he wanted him.
Right.
Took that one right hand, slipped the other one, and then slipped it. Boom. I mean, it's boxing knowledge.
It was beautiful. And every time I see Tank, I always shake him, like always get him and like, nigga, don't you know you got a chance to be great? I hold him accountable. You know what I mean? Because I think he has his trajectory. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care if he ends up 35-3. It's gonna be a great 35-3. 38, no, whatever. But I think he has his vulnerability is so high that he's so relatable to so many different sections of our country, and more so the world. You know, so yeah. What would you like to see down there?
Where?
130, 135.
Man, I mean, obviously you want to say Tiafimo, you want to see Tiafimo and Tank get at it. I would like to see one of those guys get after Ryan Garcia as well. You know, he has all this social media following. I'd like to see him in there with somebody who can fight. To be honest with you,
Right.
So you like to see that kind of fight. There are some really good Rais Salim. I mean, you got some really good fighters there, man, at that weight that I'd like to see all of these guys get together and just fight. Just fight and knock it out. I mean, hey, look, even my man Gary Russell Jr. is now talking about getting up in there, bro. Put Gary in there. Put Gary in there too.
Yeah. Gary is a bully.
Yeah.
Gary was a villain in every scary movie, dog. Like, I mean, like, God damn, he be going in, man. You want to take some phone calls too and stuff like that?
Sure, man. Absolutely.
Hey, man, we'll hang out for a bit, man. So feel free to call in. And how excited were you that potentially Showtime had the chance at getting Canelo?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the networks were kind of licking their chops, man, once they saw that announcement, because it was like, okay, he's a free agent now. He's going to want to do what he wants to do. You know what I mean? And I know this is, like, where are you going with this? This is just my personal opinion. Even with Bud, I know he wants Manny Pacquiao, but I just think that Top Rank is. Listen, they've been saying that for a long time. We trying to get you the Manny Pacquiao fight. They ain't getting you the Manny Pacquiao fight. But if you're gonna move on, bro, they ain't gonna get you the Manny Pacquiao. I think that's just their way of saying, they kind of dangle that carrot, like, hell, stay with us. Right. But you can see after he did his interview with you, now all of a sudden Bob Arum talking about, I love Bud. He's the greatest fighter in the world. I'm not gonna go broke promoting him now.
Ooh. Man. We got our first call. What's up, 636? What's up, mate?
Yeah, what's up with it, Fred? Hey, how you doing, Brian? Custer and Fresh. How you feeling, man?
My brother, how you doing?
Man, doing good, man. I just got 3 questions for you. The first question
Not four?
Nah, man, not 4, just 3. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. But yeah, Brian, when it comes down to your favorite fighter, who is your favorite fighter and why? Is it skills, bravado, entertainment? What is it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, because that's why we fall in love with a fighter. Obviously, you want somebody who can fight, but I think the other thing that what attracts you to a fighter a lot of times is their personality. I mean, that's kind of what the charisma. That's what draws you to that person, whether it's his story. But yeah, I mean, you want them to know how to fight too. You don't want no scrub who's got all the charisma in the world but can't fight. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
Gotcha. And my second question is, did you ever box in the amateur program at all, and then just had an interest in being, a broadcaster, commentator, anything like that later on? Or did you come into your career because you just always found boxing interesting from just a fan point of view? You never really had any experience, or I would like you to touch on that whenever you can.
Yeah, good question. No, I never fought in the amateurs, but I was a martial artist. So for me, martial arts has been a big part of my life, and I still practice even today. So I used to participate in all of the martial arts tournaments around. Matter of fact, I won the New York martial arts tournament here 3 times. So that was kind of my joy that I like to do, to get into that ring and fight. But always loved it. Was a Bruce Lee fan from a kid to even now, and that always translated into boxing as well. But for me, when it came to competing, I was into martial arts, man. That was my thing. And, like I said, I still do it even today.
Got you. And if you were not doing the job that you're doing now, which I know you love, you take pride in, what would you be doing outside of what you do today? Like, what is something that just really piques your interest, that if you wasn't doing what you're doing now, you'd be doing that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. One of the things that, first of all, I even knew as a child that I was going to do television. I was always laser focused with this. And so I knew that I was going to be doing this as a child. But I think, one of the things I always do is I always give a lot of speeches. And, one of the things I talk about is, the two most important days of your life are the day you're born, the day you realize why you're born. And for some of us, it's a gift that God gives you. If my mother was here, she'd probably say he'd be a preacher because she wanted me to be a preacher. But I knew I wasn't living right. So I knew that wasn't let's say a job that I could go by, because you can't preach the word on Sunday and then be out hanging out. So
and that was 19. That was over 20 years ago, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh man,
Let me put that caveat in there. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But
well,
yes,
I appreciate the time, man. Thank you very much. I'm thinking about getting my boxing career started back again. So if you see me at the top, you know what I'm saying? I'm a, shout you out and everything, man. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
All the time. Yeah, they coming in for you, man. What's up, pal? What's up, man?
What's going on, Big Fred?
He got an Obama phone, B, so don't mind him.
Hey,
right?
nah. Hey, look, I'm on the iPhone today, man.
Oh, okay.
This is a judge-free environment anyway, man. This is the barbershop, man. You can't be out here judging.
Right.
What's up, Kyle? What's poppin'?
What's going on? So I met you in Jersey at the Clarissa Shields fight.
Okay.
I had my little G-Shock watch on, right? And I seen a Rolex. I'm like, man, that's a clean watch. He gonna point at my watch. I mean, that's a good one too. I said, man, dude, that's a rubbly.
I only have two vices in life. That's it. I don't gamble, none of that. Suits and watches. Those are my only two vices in life, suits and watches.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I seen that Rolex. I'm like, man, yeah, hey, but you was one of the coolest people, man, that I ever met. Cool. Man, it was like you knew me for 10 years the way we interacted, man, and that was dope, man. I really appreciate what you do, man. Like
Thank
you being one of the only Black people on Showtime, which I wish they get some more, but you being the head guy is really special, man. And I think I can speak for everybody that we appreciate seeing you every fight, every time. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate what you do, man. One day, man, I need to interview you, man, on my podcast, man.
All right. And, it sounds like a plan to me.
For sure. Hey, yeah. Fred, I'm gonna get with you later on, man. I want to hold the line because I know it's gonna be a busy day today.
Yeah, it's a very busy day. Yeah. Hey, see, they don't know Brian Custer's in shape. This nigga, bro, I'm not gonna say nigga because you work for a network, but this man is in. How tall are you? 6'3"?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, but he leaned in a son of a gun. He lean, man. He looked like a DB or a running back or a wide receiver, man. Like he lean, like he in shape. He ain't one of these, like these broadcasters with these bellies eating steak.
No, man.
Man.
No, hey, listen. I'm up at 6:15. I'm up there at the gym. Matter of fact, I met a young brother who's 30. We got in a few rounds. We sparred a little bit. Real cool brother too. He said he's trying to on the come up. So I try to stay in shape as much as I can, and I appreciate what the brother said because I don't take my position lightly. I mean, when I prepare and when I do that job, I understand that there are a lot of people watching. Mm-hmm. And you know how it is in our position, man. You got to be good. You got to be great more than anything. And so that's why, I make sure that when we are on the air, that we're good. B, that we talk about both fighters, because I think that's important. It's not really about just the A side. And I think sometimes some of these networks have deals with fighters and they just talk about the A side. Well, the B side getting paid too. And you never know what's going to happen in a fight. You never know what's going to happen in a fight. So you got to talk about both guys equally. And so we make sure we do that. And especially if the guy's a person of color. I mean, but it goes for any fighter. But if he's a person of color, let's represent. And so I don't take my position lightly at all. And it's funny how you say it. I got you coming up, Deacon. It's funny that you say that because I walked in the house today and Lincoln was watching the takeoff of a spaceship. Right. It was a spaceship down in Miami.
and 4 astronauts on there, and 1 was black, right?
Yes.
And Lincoln said it was a black astronaut. I was that for Halloween. I was an astronaut for Halloween. And I said, oh, you want to be an astronaut now? He said, nah, Dad, I was already that for Halloween. I said, oh, okay. He just so absolute, man. We got Deacon 305, man. What's up?
Hey, salute, Kings. Too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. How y'all doing, brothers?
Hey, we
Love it. Good.
Absolutely. Hey, it's an honor to speak to you. Fred just keep blessing not just me, man. He just keep blessing us overall, man, with great black men just constantly coming through the barbershop, man. It's an honor. It's an honor.
I appreciate that, man. And you know what? He does it more for us as well, because I think I hit Fred too. He had a sister on who was like a Los Angeles. I think she was like a lieutenant or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great, powerful episode. I was listening to her and she was dropping some mad knowledge on there. I was like, and that was in the throes of when we were in the struggle here this past summer.
Right.
That was good stuff. So I mean, I don't think, you get enough credit for being well-rounded. Your program is not only promoting the sport, but uplifting our race as well and giving us education. And to me, I think that's the beauty of it, man, because to me, and I had to reach out to you like, yo, that was good stuff.
Yeah. You did.
Absolutely. And let me tell you about how I felt when I first seen you on Showtime. And this is no slight to you. It's just how I seen you, and I seen you in such high regard. I actually thought in my mind that really you was above Showtime. And I'm like, man, it's great to have a black guy on, but they don't want to got a corporate guy. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be able to relate to these man, bro? And you just settle in and show that you could do it on any level that they want to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He can beat up half them fighters now, so don't.
Right.
I told Brian, you gotta fight with me. I gotta bring a gun. Like I ain't messing with you, man. No, man.
Yeah, man. And so that goes right with what he was saying, that he love a good suit and some nice watches, right? I just see him as this brilliant-minded black man on that corporate level. You understand what I'm saying? So I just thought that he was above Showtime. I don't know, man.
I love it. Now, listen, man. I'm just a regular guy. I mean, I understand where I've come from. I was born and bred in Columbus, Ohio. Single mom. So had to struggle, had to fight. But you know what? She worked double, triple time to get me to Hampton University. So she believed in education and hard work. And so, once I got to where I was, I certainly wasn't going to let her down. And I think that's, where it is. I mean, when I'm on, obviously there's a sense of professionalism that you want to uphold and you want to throw out there. But, listen, I can relate with all of those guys, whether it's Broner or Javonte. I mean, because we both come from the hood. So I understand what that struggle's like. And I understand what guys who are living comes from the suburbs. So, I think that's part of our job. Part of our job is knowing how to relate. Knowing how to relate to the person, no matter where he or she is from. And that's our job, to relate with that person and then tell their story to the public. I mean, if you can do that and do that well, I think you're doing your job.
Absolutely. And I think overall, they made a great bet when they betted on you, because everything, you know what I'm saying? It just, even for guys like me that thought that you was just on a corporate level and might not be able to relate, man, you have aced this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I believe, instead of most of our young kids that's going to be looking up to rappers and all this stuff, they can look at you and find an example. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's a good investment.
Well, I appreciate it. And it's not, again, I always say that it's not a job that I take lightly, because, it's a struggle for me, just like it is for anyone else. I mean, I love working at Showtime. I love Espinoza. I love David Dinkins, because, our boss, he's the one who called me and said, hey, look, it's a sport dominated by us, and we don't have anybody that looks like us in front of the camera. And I need somebody like you. And that was the reason why I came. But, you know, it's a fight too. You know, a lot of times I look around and say, hey, can we get another one? And I understand that because, you know, that we have people who are Hispanic, we have people who are Latino who are saying, well, we want another person. And what can we get a woman in there? Absolutely. So I understand they have a lot coming at them because, you know, hey, look, as some people are saying, Espinosa, you need to hire a woman. Some people are saying, hey, look, Espinosa, you're Latino or Hispanic, you need to hire more Latino Hispanic folk. And so he has a lot coming at him. Plus, he's got people like me saying, yo, can I get another brother up through here? Yeah. So I know he has a lot coming on his plate. And it's a fight, just like it is probably at your job, too. It's a fight. But at least they listen. And as long as they listen, I'm going to be there.
Absolutely. And again, I don't know if you want to speak to this, but when I first heard about your situation with your illness that you was going through, I want you to know that I was definitely praying for you.
Thank you.
I am a man of faith. I trust God, and I know that He'll do what He say. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to speak on and let us know just how good God has been. You know what I'm saying? Through this trial and tribulation that you had to go through.
And you know, hopefully all the brothers who are listening here, if any of y'all are 40 years old and older, you make sure you get a PSA test when you go get your physical. It certainly can save your life. It saved mine. And, you know, listen, the great thing about it is I had my checkup about a month ago and it was non-detectable, which was great. But, you know, the crazy thing for me is that because when I first got diagnosed, it was so aggressive, even though I had surgery. And then a couple of years later, I had to go through high grade radiation. You know, doc said, you know, always said, don't go ghost on me because yours was so aggressive. So for me, I have to go every 4 months. So it's almost like you live life in these 4-month intervals. And he tells me all the time, just enjoy your life. But yet in the back of my mind here, everything's great. Now, 2 months from now, I know my checkups are coming up. And so then you start going, oh boy, what if I get that notice again where it's like, hey, I think your number is starting to go up again. And then you get worried again. And it's only natural. And I go through it just like probably some other guys who have to go through that. It's a struggle. But you know what? I'm here and I'm going to enjoy life as long as God has put me here. And the blessing is, as you talked about, that so many people have been praying for me and that, you know, the great thing is that it's undetectable now. And so I'm going to stay with that and I'm going to keep eating right and working out and doing my part to make sure it stays that way.
Right.
That's right. And before I go, just to let you know, my wife have to go get checked every 6 months. She was going through that as well. Yeah. And, you know, we just trust God that He'll keep it out of her body. And absolutely, you as well.
I'll pray for her, man. I appreciate you, man. And make sure, getting all black men listening, get a PSA test. When you go to the doctor, just be like, hey, look, I need a PSA test done. When you go get your physical, it's just a blood test. They'll take some blood and they'll give you your number. You know, anything under a 4, you know, you should be okay. But you want to be if it's a whole number, if it's like a 2 or a 1 or 3, somewhere around there, you know, you definitely want to have a conversation with your doctor, because if that number is over a 4, there's something going on. And that was the case with me.
Right. I just can't seem to get my blood pressure down, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
diet, bro.
Yeah, I know. But before I go, Fred, listen, you're going to learn to bet with me, man. Didn't I tell you what Bud was going to do, brother?
Didn't I know what you talking about? You must have Jesus that night. Yeah, because every night between 9 and 11, Satan's here. You know what
I mean? Yeah, man. I still got Bud as number 1 pound for pound. How about you, Brian? Before I go,
I think. Listen, he's phenomenal talent. You know, I'm more of I think Errol, the unified champ. So I would have Errol above him, a notch above him. But let me tell you something. you're not there's no one who's gonna get me to talk bad about Bud Crawford because that dude.
Right. Right. Okay, man. Hey, I don't want to hog up the time, man. I love y'all, man. Talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right.
I got you next, champion. We got a call 636. What's up?
What's up, Fred?
What's up, man? How you
What's
feel?
up,
How you
Brian?
feel?
How you doing, brother?
You know how I feel, Fred. 55 said no 55 mil, as
Yep.
we all said.
Right.
Big Brian, the crucifixion Custer. You got a video coming up, man.
But I appreciate it. I appreciate it, my brother.
Right. Oh, that wasn't your ring name when you were doing your combat as an amateur.
The crucifixion.
No, not the crucifixion. Nah, man.
He went to Hampton, man. He spent his Labor Days at Virginia Beach, man. You were talking about, man. He was counting the starfish, man. The jellyfish. You know, they come on shore. He's
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was getting it in at HU, bro.
Yeah, HU. That was good times. I know.
Okay. Fred kind of like asked the question about the 135 division, like who you like. Just say we get treated to what we got treated to in the 80s, and all the guys mixed it up in the welterweight division. Say they repeat that in the 135. Who you see, coming out when all the smoke is cleared as the top dog?
Yeah, I think it. I mean, it is really competitive. It is a great division, and you. It's almost like for Javonte, where are you going to compete? Are you going to compete at both at 130 and 135, or are you going to concentrate at 135? Because I think for Teafimo, who we just talked to, and we'll probably drop his the week after we do Deontay's, he just said if he doesn't get one of those guys, whether it's Ryan or whether it's Javonte, then he would probably just go up to 140 and just leave 135 altogether. Because as he pointed out, he said, look, I just want legacy. I want big fights. That's why I fought Lomachenko. No one else. And he even talked about how he took a pay cut to fight Lomachenko. He just wanted to fight to show everybody I can beat this guy. I don't know why everybody's so scared of this guy. And so he said, hey, look, I know Mayweather and has said if I fight Javonte, he's the A side. Well, I got the belts. And I'm willing to talk about money. I don't even care if we have to split the money or what have you. But respect me because I have the belts. I will be the A-side guy. I just want the fights.
Right.
We'll see if that kind of plays out because, as you know, money rules everything, and we'll see how that plays out. But he's a kid I do like because he wants to fight them all. I mean, he wants Garcia. He wants Tank. He is like, I want all of these guys. Let's do it. And then I want to move up to 140. But he said if they want to keep playing around, then I guess – Top Rank has promised him, I think it's the Josh Taylor Ramirez, I think, winner. And so he said, I'll just go do that then. I'll just go do that if they're going to play around. So I just think there's so many great fights at that. And I just hope that we can get all those guys together. But I know it's going to be a tough task, man, because you got Golden Boy, you got Top Rank, you got PBC, and, them cats. None of these cats like to play well in the sandbox together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you still alluded to the question, if it all came into fruition, who would you see as being the top dog?
Yeah, I think, for me, I think to me the two best fighters right now is probably Javonte and Teafimo right now. I mean, those two cats can fight. So to me, I just think they're too powerful because they're both big 135 pounders. You know what I mean? So and powerful. And I think that's the thing, that's the equalizer, even if, let's say Gary Russell came up there and Gary can fight, Gary can move, but if he gets tagged by one of those guys, that could be the equalizer in a fight like that.
Yeah, no, just being fair to me, answering the question myself, yeah, I see Tank. If they all mix it up together, I see Tank coming out as king of the hill. A focused tank. A dedicated tank.
Yeah.
A disciplined tank.
Yep.
I see him coming out. But enjoy the birthday coming up. That's the Errol Spence fight weekend. You made any plans, or you keeping that reserved for yourself?
Not really. I mean, I'll probably be working. Unfortunately, I won't be working that fight. but because I have college football that weekend, so I'll probably be doing that. But it's a big one too for me, Fred, too, because I think I hit the big 5-0 this.
Wow. Yeah. Happy birthday. It's coming.
Yeah, man. So, but unfortunately, I'll probably be working, doing college football. But I'm really looking forward to it, man, because that whenever Errol is fighting, I'm there. I want to be there, but I'll definitely be watching.
Right. Well, enjoy your birthday. The big 5-0, that is something special. It was definitely special for myself.
Absolutely.
Are you through with the big three?
It's funny you said that because I had a conversation not only with Ice Cube.
I've been on long enough, Fred. Always get on me about being on too long. So I'm gonna get off the phone and let you answer that and just listen to the back.
All right.
No. It's a good question. I had a
look, dude. Answer your back door.
All right.
Your house back door. All right, salute, man.
Joke ran too long.
Had a conversation with LL Cool J and Ice Cube about it, and they are still adamant that they want to put on Big Three next year in 2021. The NBA has now laid out their schedule, and so the NBA has basically said that the finals will be done very beginning of July, and so the Big Three wants to start in June. And they said their plan, because they assume by June of next year we'll be past this pandemic and that we would have fans in arenas, and that's their big draw. So that's their plan, to have it in June of next year.
How's interviewing Broner? How's that?
I like Adrien. And I tell people this all the time. I think Adrien is a guy. And it is, I think, he always puts on his social media hashtag adjusting to fame. And he is, I think he doesn't realize that he's Adrien Broner, and that Adrien has looked at Floyd and has done a good job taking that Floyd Mayweather model and then tweaking it for himself to build this persona. Now, I think what has happened is that it has gotten so big now, he doesn't know when to turn it off and just be Adrien. And I think that's probably where he is in life. And that's the reason why he does some of the things that he does. Because, when I had him on the show and I asked him, I said, whether it is Errol, whether it is Javonte, they've all said the guy they go to for counsel is Adrien Broner. And that Adrien Broner gives him the best advice.
Yeah.
He said you said you will be surprised at the kind of advice Adrien gives you. So I said, Adrien, why don't you listen to your own advice? And he just shook his head and said, "You're right." Because I am, and as he, how only Adrien could say, because I'm a nigga. That's basically what he says in the episode.
Yeah. Mike Weary the Great says, where do Haney fit at 135?
I think Haney's in there. I mean, Haney is a excellent fighter. I think I think most people will say that Haney is probably one of the best boxers out of all those guys, but don't know if he has the power to beat the Tank, or let's say a Teofimo, that type of fighter.
Right. You got a Champion Heart coming in. What's up, champ?
What's up, my brother?
What's going on, bro?
All right, Brian Custer, how you doing, brother?
I'm great, man. Feeling good.
All right. I'm glad you came back to the barbershop, man. I didn't get a chance to holler at you, last time you was here.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate you coming back, brother.
My man.
Before I go into the questions that I got for you, what style did you practice?
I am ITF Taekwondo. So we use the hands and feet. WTF is more of the Olympic. It was just the feet. Right. So I'm ITF.
ITF. Okay. That's what's up. That's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Okay. Did that. Is that the only style, or did you? I know you were saying that you admired Bruce Lee, and one of Bruce Lee's philosophy is to add other styles.
Exactly.
More or less
Yes.
to and blend styles.
Absolutely.
So was that the only style that you studied, or you didn't blend any style?
Yeah, for me, I liked the reason why I liked ITF was only for the simple fact that again, WTF was more kicking, just kicking and kicking and kicking, and so for me, ITF was good because you could use your hands. So a lot of times when we spar, it could be a boxing match. You didn't even have to kick if you didn't want to kick. You could just use your hands, and then plus when we also when we practice, a lot of times we learn jujitsu, and it is getting on the floor, learning how to sprawl, learning how to take people down, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I love the ITF style. For me, it fit more because it was a little blend of a lot of things. And listen, whatever style you into, you feel like it's the best. So for me, ITF was the best because it was a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most definitely. Were you the test that you were referring to? Were you talking about the apostate exam?
Yep. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought so. I just wanted to clarify that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're definitely right. And prostrate is an issue predominantly with Black men, so we definitely need to have that test done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, it's the second most most popular cancer behind breast cancer right now. It affects 1 out of 9 men in the world. Black men 1 out of 7, and it's killing us at twice the rate that it kills white men. And so that's why there's a huge push for us to get tested, because if you do get tested and you catch it early, it's very treatable. But they call it the silent killer for a reason, because you never know you have it, unfortunately, for a lot of guys, until it's too late. And once you have it in your prostate and it travels, the first place it travels is to your spine and to your bones, and then it's a wrap. And the only thing a doctor will tell you, the only thing I can do is try to make you comfortable. So listen, Al Roker just came out. Bless you. Al Roker just came out and said that he got and how did he get diagnosed? He had his regular physical and said, oh, by the way, let's do my PSA. Took the PSA, saw that his number was high. They did another one, did the biopsy, and was like, you got prostate cancer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely, brothers, definitely get that done. I was joking with my doctor the last one I had done, and I was like, man, with all this technology, is this still the only way that you all can test for this? You still got to do it this way. Why hasn't technology moved in this area where you can do it another way without doing it the way you do the exam?
The unfortunate thing is, Fred and brother, is that obviously the PSA test the blood, but I know it sounds bad, but you got to have the digital rectal exam too, man. You got to let him stick his finger up your butt, because
Right.
if he feels that bump back there, it's a problem. And again, he took my blood, and then he was like, hey, now let me bend over, let me do the digital rectal. I was looking at him like, you gonna do what? And shoot, he went there, and lucky he did, because that was the first sign for me. He was like, yeah, I feel a little bump on your prostate. I think we may have to do, come back in a couple of weeks. We got to do this again. Bump was still there, and then I had the biopsy, and it was like, yeah, you got it. You got it bad. So yeah,
stay on top of that, man. I'm glad
you got to stay on top of it.
Yeah, most definitely. Real quick, man, I want to go into this. Man, I don't. How much of the fight card did you see? Did you see the whole card, or did you?
I watched when I got home. The Maloney fight, and I think Valdez had just started, so I saw that, and then they tried to talk about the headbutt, and so
right. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I mean, that blatant ripoff. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That gives boxing a black eye, because you could clearly see that there was no headbutt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That his eye was closed from the jabs.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it was more of protecting their guys. You know what I mean? Listen, you got a veteran ref in there. He makes that decision. It's like, man, are we gonna throw this guy under the bus? Find me some video. Keep going back. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see right there. I think their heads were together right here at this part right there. So they were going to try to find something. And again, this goes again, Fred. This goes to my promoting side. But we got Wilder. We're dropping our Wilder episode on Tuesday. And listen, Deontay he's going to lay out a lot of reasons why he feels like Tyson Fury cheated him. And I think that people are going to listen to it and be like, come on, bro. But then when you see what you just saw in Vegas, you start thinking like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
He may not be too far off on some of the things he's talking about, because to us, I think that was blatant. I mean, I didn't see any headbutt, to be honest with you. To me, it was the jab, and all of a sudden the eye starts puffing up. Yeah. But they stuck with that headbutt, and they were going to try to find some video until it validated their claim.
Yeah. I first let me give Bud, his respect. I definitely was expecting didn't know what Kell had left. I thought that I think Fred mentioned this. I thought that there was the fighter that Kell was 3 years ago. I thought there was still some of that left in him. And what I couldn't understand was how he allowed Bud to dictate the pace. And with Bud, you got to put pressure on him. And he wasn't doing that. Although he was outboxing him in the first 2 rounds, he needed constant pressure. Did you see that? Did you notice that, or
I think again that goes to the greatness of Bud Crawford, because Bud Crawford has unbelievable timing and he has really quick hands. And so I think if you're a Kell Brook, even though at the very beginning you're right, he had the distance because his jab was effective now, but also, ended up switching because he realized, okay, this is not working for me after those couple rounds. I got to go back and switch. And then it was where he said, okay, now I can kind of dictate where we're going to fight this pace at. And every time I think Kell threw something, boom, he saw a counter coming. It was like, whoa, this dude's timing and quickness is beyond me. So now that kind of made him hesitant to throw. And then when he did throw, he got caught. And, as we say in this sport, it's not the punch you don't see, it's that punch that you do see. It's the punch you don't see that hurts the most. And he didn't see it, and he got caught.
Yeah. The thing is that when he caught him, you can't defend and punch at the same time. And he started covering up. And I just think, had he been able to get a punch off, because one thing that Bud does is he throws a lot of wild, like looping punches, and that's how Rigondeaux hit him and dropped him, kind of, catching Bud with those looping punches.
Rigondeaux.
I'm sorry.
Fried green tomato, whatever his name is.
No, the fight before that. The fight before that.
Green bean.
No, it was the fight. It was the fight before that. Who was that? Who?
I don't know. Green something. Green.
You know what I'm talking about, man.
Wasn't that guy's name like Kavakakis or something like that?
Man, I don't know.
Kavalaskis or something to that effect.
Yeah, the kid that Haney just fought.
Oh, you talking about Gamboa?
Gamboa. I'm sorry, Gamboa.
Yeah,
Gamboa. I'm sorry, my bad. Gamboa, caught Bud throwing those wild punches. And kind of like you see how Tank dropped Leo like he did when Leo was punching. Instead of Tank covering up, he kept his eyes on him. He he slipped. And boom, he came with that uppercut. He didn't just cover up and let Leo throw punches. And that's one of Bud's flaws with the wild punches. You can catch him if you keep your eyes on him and not just cover up.
Right.
But no, I'm not hating on Bud. No disrespect to Bud. He's a good fighter, and I definitely give him his props on that. He did his thing, man. And I lost money on that fight big time. Big time.
Me too.
You know, man, I think YouTube is hating on you, man. I'm not getting any alerts, Brian, on your show, man. I'm not getting any alerts, and I know I subscribe to your channel.
Oh man, well, you know what? We gotta make sure we take care of that. But all you need to know is every Tuesday, bro. Every Tuesday is gonna be there. So Deontay will be this Tuesday. The following Tuesday will be Teafimo. And by the way, Fred, I got a call from Sean Porter. He wants to come on because
your show?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good.
We talked to him about Errol Spence. He had made the comment that he thought that Derrick James was overrated as a trainer because he said Errol and Jamal and Jamel would be champions even without Derrick James. They're that skilled of a fighter. And so Derrick, I asked him about that, and Derrick said, "Well, okay, I've never said that these guys wouldn't be great if I wasn't their trainer." He said, "But my motto is number one never talks to number two, talks about number two." And he said, and furthermore, every title that Sean Porter's had, we've taken it. He had the IBF title. He said Kell Brook had that, took it from him. We took it from Kell Brook.
Yeah.
He had the WBC title. We wouldn't took it directly from Sean Porter. So number one never talks about number two. I don't even know what number Sean Porter is, but I'm not going to talk about it. So I guess he got a lot of flack about it. So he ended up calling me saying, "Yo, I got to come on. I want to explain myself."
That's what's up.
I got it.
Two more questions before I go, man. Just two more, man. Just two more.
We got 5 more minutes with this
guy. More, man. What do you think? What do you think about Shakur Stevenson?
Love him. Had him on too, man. He's another. Look, he is one of those guys, confident, and he wants it now. He's that now generation. He ain't trying to build me up or whatever. He want all these cats now. He want Jamel Herring now. He wants all of these cats and wants to fight them all now. So I really like that young kid. Very confident young man. He can fight. Listen, we all know he can fight, and he's another one of them at 130 that wants to fight all of those guys. Look, he even wants to fight Tank. He was like, "Look, I done sparred him before. I know he had problems making 130. I know what he does." Confident. I like him. I like him a lot.
Dig that. Did you see that boy? What do you know? Chaos Williams, MMA. Did you see that fight?
I'm not the biggest MMA guy. I'll admit to you. I rarely watch MMA unless like the big names are fighting. Right. Other than that, I rarely watch it.
Okay, you gotta see if you can catch the highlights of that, man. Chaos Williams, he's fighting his brother from Ghana, and man, this right hand that he drops on him, it stretches him out. Man, wow. It's a classic highlight knockout.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out,
man. Yeah. All right. I'm out, man. Thanks for coming back.
Jesus.
Man,
Man, you took your shoes off in my living room, the ugly ass toes. Man, what the hell are you doing, man? Hey, Teddy Fresh want to know what you think of Fury versus Wilder situation.
Yeah, listen, Deontay will talk about it. He wants his whole argument was you were a guy who was thinking about killing himself, thinking about killing yourself. Mm-hmm. And you were a guy that I said, get yourself together and I'll give you a shot. And I gave him a shot. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden we get this draw, which I thought I should have won. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna look you now. I'm gonna give you a rematch. Wow. And so here we go. We get the rematch. Now he feels as if he was cheated. And he said, so you know what? Up to your obligation. Give me my rematch. That's what was in the contract. And so, we talked about, did he let the contract clause expire? He said, no. He said he was ready in September. It was them who said, well, we can't do it at the initial date because we want fans. Last time we had 17 million at people who came in from the gate, and we kind of want that. So let's kind of wait and see if we can push it off. He goes, and then all of a sudden the expiration date has passed. And then they tried to act like, well, it was on me. And we were like, nah, it was y'all. We've been ready. And now I think Fury was initially going to fight in December, and now he just said today that he's not coming back until 2021.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, and Deontay tells us in the episode that he's going to fight in January, and said that I guess Dillian White is a guy he's looking at. If he's going to fight somebody with height, it'll be the guy Hellenius.
Yeah.
He said that he would fight, but Ruiz is another guy he wants to fight as well. He said he's not going to wait on him, but he does want that rematch to happen. So we'll see. It really is a mess, man, between those two.
Right. Deacon 305. That was a great teaser. Tuesday. What time you dropping on Tuesday?
I'll be honest with you, man, because we gotten so much, people been asking me about it so much. I told my guy, I know we usually drop it like midnight-ish Eastern. I think he's going to drop it like, I want to say, he said he'll do it before, like, I want to say it's like 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern, which is, I don't know, what is that, like 7 Pacific? Yeah. He said he's going to do it before he goes to bed on Monday night. So he said he'll do it like 10 o'clock Eastern.
Facts. Yeah. Deacon 305. You got about 10 minutes, B? You got 10 minutes left in you? Okay, good. I've never been talked into this test before listening to you, Brian. I think I'm going to make an appointment. I just got to stay prayed up.
That's great, man. I like to hear that, man. It is, and people think, well, do I need to have a history of cancer? No, you don't, because I didn't have a history of cancer. And I got struck down with it. So if you're Black, you 40 years old or older, get the PSA test when you go get your physical done.
Yeah. Or, I mean, he's a Bible thumper, so he can just, pray 8 times a day. That might heal anything. You know what I mean?
I saw what is he giving you $20 to the show too? I saw that.
Yeah. He's an, man, we love each other in here, man. We come in here every night. Yeah, he donates to the show and all that.
Get out of here. They donate to the show?
Yeah, that's what it is. That they donate to the show. Yeah. So you got to start going live, man. You got to start doing interviews live.
Oh, wow.
Live to get the engagement. It's all about engagement. Today, Brian, I met up with 3 other people in the chat right now. Producer Patty. She does a great job at securing all my guests and all that. Fantastic. DB, who closes the show, and JJ, who is the most honest, surly, articulate guy in the chat. One of the most, he always cracking jokes and shit. And we all hung out today. He had a pop-up shop. We all pulled up on him today, and I spent 13 cents. I got a 2-for-1 statue for 13 cents, and it worked out, man. Like, it was a good time. So yeah. So we building community, man. We over here building community, man.
Man, I need to be better at that, because we put the website together, and we put that in, and they even said that. He said, like, yo, Brian, you need to put this on here where people can support the show. Because, as you know, when you start this, I'm paying for the marketing, paying for this, paying for that, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, yeah, you had to put that on there where people can support the show. And I was like,
yeah.
Is people really going to, support? I don't think people will. He was like, nah, put it on there. People will support the show.
People will support the show.
I was like, wow, that's great, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. People enjoy supporting where they're being edified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they see the work I put in. They know I spend $1,000 to $2,000 every time I travel to a fight and stuff like that. And the countless interviews, staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning, wait for somebody to come out the elevator. Hey. So you know what I mean? So yeah, they genuinely respect us, man. And
that's fantastic, man.
Yeah,
that's fantastic, man. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And we got this guy.
How y'all doing?
My man, that's some pipes his brother got, man.
Yeah. He's a bully. That's all he is. Bully.
I am officially 45 years old today.
Yeah, turn out one time for the comeback kid. Double nickel at the guard, number 45, Michael Jordan.
And I feel great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, he turns up right
yes,
now.
I felt.
Yeah. You on your B&B boxing, huh?
Oh man, listen. I jumped rope, right, for 8 minutes straight. My calves are on fire right now. Right. I will co-sign getting tested. You know what I mean? About like 2 years ago, I had a colonoscopy. They found 2 polyps. non-cancerous. You'd have never thought.
Right.
You'd have never thought. So I said, wow, that's crazy. But you know, just like that, you know, old coworker of mine just went to the doctor for something else. They found prostate cancer and he died 2 months later.
Yeah, man.
It was the craziest thing, man. It was, Black men, we gotta go to the doctor. Do not be scared.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. And that, again, they call it the silent killer for a reason, because you will never know you have it until it's too late, unless you go get checked.
That's right.
And again, and I even asked the doc, I was like, how would I have known that I've had it? And he said, probably what would have happened is one day you would have woke up with the worst back pain that you've ever had in your life. So bad that you would have had to call 911 just to help the ambulance people to help you get out of bed. That's how bad that back pain would have been. And you would have went to the hospital and they would have said, oh, I'm sorry, sir, you got cancer and it's all up your spine. Because again, prostate cancer, when it's in your prostate, the first place it travels is to your spine. And once it gets to your spine, it's a wrap. So that's why you got to get checked, because if you get checked and they find it early, it's treatable.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, brothers got to go to the hospital, man. I mean, go to the doctor before they end up in the hospital.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
But getting back to, I want to get on some boxing real quick. 2 minutes, because I covered this on my live earlier. 2 minutes and 7 seconds, I believe. Well, I covered it on. We covered it on Fanon's earlier. There was a headbutt. There was a headbutt in the first round. All right. And the rest was Maloney putting that jab in his face.
Yeah.
The jab was hitting him in the face, and it made things worse. But there was a headbutt. There was. But what I want to talk about is now, magically, they believe in instant replay. What is that about? The replay was longer than the damn fight. Now they believe in instant replay, but we have all of this evidence of Tyson Fury's glove doing the Macarena.
Hey.
And nobody believes. We have still shots, different angles, and everything else. And nobody believes in instant replay now. I've asked a bunch of pros, a bunch of amateurs. I know my way around the ring. Fred, I had Steve Cunningham on my show earlier. A glove properly affixed does not do that. And after the second fight with Wilder, that made everybody go back to the first fight. And we said, oh, man, his glove was doing that in the first fight. Tyson Fury's not a power puncher. How the hell he's leaving dents in people's heads now? All right. What was the difference between Otto Wallen and Deontay Wilder? I mean, really think about it. This guy became a power puncher overnight just because you gained a few pounds. All right. You don't gain weight and then hit harder. It doesn't work that way. Not in boxing. It doesn't work that way. All right. This man Fury is he's a cancer to boxing. And I firmly believe he cheated. If a person can look at what we've seen, all right, unedited photos, and you can look at Tyson Fury's track record, because the guy is a criminal. He has a proven track record outside of the ring. He popped dirty after he fought Vladimir Klitschko and was suspended for 2 years. Don't believe that when he came to America, they had us believe that this guy left the sport of boxing due to depression, and that's why he was gone. The truth is, he was suspended for 2 years for drug use. And he had a drug user named Ricky Hatton in his corner who recently did an interview and said that Tyson Fury doesn't like his gloves, his hands all the way in the gloves. He said, pull me glove up. Pull me glove up. He said it. So I'm not going to go down the list of things that Tyson Fury has done. Drug use, suspensions, popping dirty, getting his license suspended in the UK. All right. Lying about it and saying that he popped dirty from eating meat from an uncastrated boar when they don't even have boars on UK soil. It doesn't make sense. It's like non-alcoholic beer. It doesn't make sense. This is ridiculous. And this is the guy that America has embraced, the 6'9" bald-headed white guy. Yes, I'm going there. All right. They don't listen. I can't make you like Deontay Wilder. You don't like how he throws a punch. Fine. You don't like that he's tall and black. Fine. But if you say that you campaign for the fairness of the sport, don't tell me Tyson Fury is your guy. You cannot tell me that. That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. It's like the argument that I used to have years ago. Oh, yeah, you hate Floyd Mayweather? Yeah. Who's your favorite fighter? Mike Tyson. How? What? Why? Oh, yeah, because I don't like how Floyd acts out of the ring. But you're a Mike Tyson fan. What planet am I on? What planet are you on? It doesn't make sense. All right? It doesn't make sense. Tyson Fury. And I firmly believe that Deontay sat on all of this information purposely. Because once he figured out that this guy cheated, he said, oh, okay. That's because he know he can't beat me. I don't want to get this guy kicked out of the sport until I get my fight back. I honestly think he wants to kick this guy's ass. No, not honestly think. I know he wants to kick his ass. But now, this guy's ducking this third fight. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. He's ducking the third fight. All right? He's trying to leave the country. All right? And get reinstated in his own country to duck this third fight. Bottom line. For people not to see that, that is a choice not to see that. With all the evidence laid out, that's a choice not to see that. These people are suffering from extreme cognitive dissonance. When you can see what is happening to our American champion. Notice I said American champion. I didn't even say black. I said American champion. All right? You MAGA people. All right? The man was in Trump's office, right? He was there. Never mind. You don't even know why he was there, but he was there shaking hands with number 45, right? You so pro America. But you rooting for Tyson Fury, the foreigner? Bye-bye, Miss American Pie? Really? Your American champion got ripped off by the foreigner. The foreigner. And then you're going to tell me there's nothing about this that has anything to do with race? That's what you're going to finna tell me that? Please, man. Please. Stop it. You guys are the absolute worst. All right? And when you can back a guy like Fury with all of this going on, that doesn't make you a fan of the sport. It makes you an asshole. Bottom line. And that's all I got.
It's a lot.
Ryan,
what's your name, man?
My name is Drew Titan.
Drew, let me tell you, first of all, I think Drew must have I don't know if you saw the episode I did with with Deontay Wilder, because he just laid out everything that Deontay talks about in the entire episode. Wow. I mean, everything. And then Deontay even says, because I think I asked Deontay about a statement that Fury had made where he said, I'll never fight him again. If I was really into this, I would sue him for defamation and sue him for $100 million or whatever. And Deontay talks about, he says, let me tell you something. Everything I'm saying, I have proof. Mm-hmm. And if he wants to take it to court, we can take it to court and I will lay it all out. So he is steadfast in his assertion of what happened that night. And he says that he has the proof and doesn't care what anyone else says. Because, one of the questions I asked him, I said, do you think you're losing some of your fan base by coming up or talking about some of the things you say that happened that night where other people are calling them excuses? And he just said, I don't care what people think. I'm telling you what I know happened, and I have proof. And if they want to take it to court, let's take it to court, because that's when I'm going to lay it out and people will be surprised. So it's almost everything you said, Deontay says in the episode.
Wow.
We've been saying it. We've been saying it since 2 weeks after the fight happened, the rematch happened, because I tried to avoid, because I don't want to be the guy. I didn't want to make excuses. I said, look, my guy lost. Okay. And then people started emailing me and texting me, no, look at this. And I looked at it, and I know my way around the ring or two. All right. I've been in and out of the ring all my life. I never went pro. I never went amateur, but I've sparred. I've helped people get ready for the gloves. And one thing I did know, and I'm going to share the story again. 1987-ish, 88, I was hitting the bag in the gym. Old trainer came to me and said, if you really want to put a hurting on, you got to do this with your glove. The mesh wasn't invented back then, so I had laces. He pulls the glove up. Now my hand is right here by the wrist. He said, hit the bag. So I hit it with a jab. I said, this is uncomfortable. He says, no, throw a hook. I'm hitting it. And I'm like, this is uncomfortable. But he said, you'll do a lot of damage on somebody you don't like. I don't have malice with anybody in the ring like that. I never did. Well, when I did, I didn't do that. You understand? But he said, you could really take a guy out with that. That was like I was like 12 or 13 years old when that happened. Years later, I seen that. And I just went back in my mind. I said, oh, man, that's what he did. That's the move right there. Then you got people from the Kronk gym saying that, yo, we've seen that. And I'm really upset. You know who if you can get a hold of Sugar Hill, Brian, I'd love that. I'd love that. Because I have questions. I have questions for that brother. I have questions for that brother. Because Fury, you know how white people are racist and they don't know they're racist because that's how they're raised? They just don't know it. Fury is a cheater, but it's so second nature to him that a lot of the things that he doesn't even acknowledge it as cheating. It's just a normal way of life for him. Listen to what he says. He told Wilder, why can't he be like AJ in his loss? Well, if you go back and look at the AJ fight, Ruiz won. AJ had similar symptoms that Wilder had. And I firmly believe that that AJ was poisoned, because I know somebody that did security at the Garden, and I was getting texts and calls all night talking about what's wrong with your man walking around the hallway with no shoes on. I said, what are you talking about? AJ. Eddie Hearn walking around in the back of the Garden talking about, I don't know, holding his head like on the phone. I don't know. AJ got poisoned. I don't care what anyone says. He's in the middle, in between. I forget what round it is, but they put the mic over his corner. He says, why do I feel this way? And looking back, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not an AJ guy. His fans get on my nerves, and he was getting on my nerves. So I laughed when he lost. But when I looked at the fight, I looked at that fight several times. I said, you know what? He didn't look right. It was deeper than Styles. He didn't look right. He didn't look himself, getting knocked all around the ring like that. I said, I laughed. Don't get me wrong, I laughed. But he didn't look right. And then months later, same things happened in the Wilder. He just handled it different. And I said, man, you know what? I think this guy got poisoned. Now I'm going to take it a step deeper. AJ has a loss. Wilder now has a loss. Who's the only person undefeated right now? The 6'9", 300-pound white man. Yes, I'm going there. Yes, I'm going there. For people to ignore this stuff. And I look at these brothers out here, real sideways. When you just don't want to accept the information, what I'm telling you is not propaganda. You just said what I'm saying verbatim is what Wilder told you. I don't talk to the brother on a regular. I just followed the bouncing ball. I just followed it. Can you imagine if Wilder was friends with a allegedly known heroin dealer? Can you imagine the backlash? They got to lie on this man for him to make news. They hate this man so much that when Marcellus takes a L in the ring, they start hitting up Deontay like he took a L. The hatred, this is not Floyd Mayweather type of hatred. The Floyd Mayweather hatred, I completely understood it. All right, because Floyd Mayweather was portraying a character. So I understood it. He did it on purpose. This right here, this brother is unapologetically black. He loves his people. He stands on his square. But when he was on Fred's show, I said, you know what? I appreciate you putting the weight of your people on your shoulders. But you know what? You might have to get a little lighter because slavery did a number on us. And a lot of the brothers, they are not really seeing what you're doing. There's a lot of brothers that were quiet about it. And as soon as he lost, I mean, well-known brothers, they thought it was playtime. They thought it was the clown time. And you see, don't talk about racism and don't talk about how you don't like it. And then you look at a Jack Johnson documentary and get mad at how he was treated and get mad at how they treated Muhammad Ali. Guess what? If this was the 1960s, you'd be the nigga hating Muhammad Ali. Be talking about every other thing else that has nothing to do with nothing. You'd be talking about, oh, I don't like how he's the Louisville lip. He got a big mouth. He's sitting on a stack of money. He think he this, he think he that. The problem with a lot of us, look, these brothers, the bottom line is they're jealous. They're jealous. Either they want to be Wilder or they're mad because their girl got his picture in their phone. That's how petty some of us can be. Go hit a bag. Maybe you got some talent we ain't discovered. Do you understand? We almost didn't get Deontay Wilder. The man was delivering like beer or some shit.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I can't take care of my kid on this salary. I think I'm going to go start fighting. Do you understand? This man has a story, a big time story, a big story. But we over here talking about a coke sniffing white guy with a fake depression, and he's selling books. Nobody, Good Morning America, nobody wanted to sit Deontay Wilder and say, yo, yeah, your daughter has a handicap. That's why you're fighting. Tell me more about that. Nobody wanted to do that with him. Nobody. And you know what? He wasn't even looking for it. And that's another thing I respect about this brother, because he's not looking for a stroke. This is just who he is. Mm-hmm. He's just living life. I was concerned after that fight, big old dent in his head. 3 weeks later, he's on Instagram in Africa doing a photo shoot. I said, oh man, I guess he's okay. Good to see it. He wasn't shaken. He wasn't rattled. And that's what's scaring Fury. People talking about, oh, well, Fury's in his head. He's not in his head. That's in your head. In his head, what? The man hasn't said anything, but he's on Instagram smiling, scuba diving, enjoying time with his family. And every little thing they saw him do, they had something to say. Oh, he's twerking. Did you like that? Is there something about you that you're not disclosing to us? Did you like him twerking? Why is that news to you again? I don't get it, dude. Why is Wilder twerking, goofing around with his family news to you? You know what's news? Fury popping dirty. You know what's news? Fury saying that we scheduled to fight in December, but a contract expired. So I'm going to fight on the 5th, but they was scheduled to fight on the 19th. The 5th is before the 19th. Who do you think you're talking to, man? He has PR people, and every time he talks, I'm telling you, they are face palming like, yo, well, he shut up. We got to fix this again. I like it when Fury talks, because every time he talks, he puts his whole goddamn foot in his mouth. And you ain't got to tell me nothing, man. I can see I don't even need my third eye open. Just talk, man. He's falling on all kinds of swords. He's falling on all kinds of swords, man. And he don't want that ass whooping. Because I'm telling you right now, he ain't fighting until 2021. Wilder's gonna you mess around. Wild Fury might be that body. When that bell rings, remember how he just ran to the middle of the ring and he was aggressive in the rematch? Watch him be on his bike like he was in the first fight. The bell's gonna ring. He's gonna walk like 2 feet from the corner and start fainting and going on the back foot. Fainting, sticking out his tongue, and y'all dumbass is gonna give him the round. Y'all don't even know how to score a fight, idiots. Dummies. But that's okay, because you know what's gonna happen around round 6? That hand's gonna land. That right hand always lands. I don't care how ugly you say his style is, all right? Because I don't understand you fools. I don't like Floyd Mayweather. He don't knock nobody out. I can't stand him. Okay, now you have a guy in the heavyweight division, the division that matters. He's knocking everybody out, and you still got a problem. What kind of fan are you? Oh, I get it. You're not a fan. You're just an asshole. Okay, so now I know what I'm talking to. You're not even human. You're the scum of the earth, worshiping the scum of the earth in Tyson Fury. All right? And what I need to happen is I need his head on a pike. And when it's over, insult to injury, I want the brother Deontay to put out all the information and the sanctioning bodies do the right thing and say, you know what? He can box, but he's going to have to do it on Mars because he's not doing it here anymore. He's not doing it in Argentina, Mexico, America, Canada, the UK, nowhere. Australia, nowhere. Go book a fight with Marvin the Martian and Looney Tunes or somewhere on another planet because you're not fighting here no more, you bastard. The man tried to commit murder, and that's what grinds my gears. Look at the fight. He has Wilder's head down, and he's hit him in the side of his head with a goddamn egg weight. That's my belief. You can't make me think anything else. The man's not a power puncher. And how does it feel knowing that you had egg weights in your glove and you still and had him drugged up and you still couldn't get the man out of there? How does it feel? That's what scares him. And that's why he's trying to get out this damn fight. And that's my time, brother. Pleasure talking to you, Brian.
Yeah, you too, man.
Right? One love. All right, now. I'm out of here.
You're good.
One. Is DB in the chat? We're going to get Brian out of here, man. So every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
We'll rock out. So you got Deontay this week, Teofimo next week. Who you got the week after? Sean Porter?
Yeah, we're gonna interview Sean Porter. My man said he needs to come on to clear his name. So
yeah. Hey, it's son. Hey, if you mention Jamel Charlo, Derek James, or Errol Spence, oh my God, he just flips his shit. He just flips his pie, man. He just turns into Shaw. I don't know, man. He just we got is DB here? So we got one more guy, Beeman. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
good. Thank you. One more guy. What's up, BNB? Nigga sleep. The nigga sleep, dog. The nigga, you hear this shit? Listen. You can't make this shit up.
Hey, you got to do what I do, but you got to take a nap. You know that way. See, I'm up. Look, I'm up. I'm alert. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I took me a good 2-hour nap earlier today, so I'm ready.
Oh man, hilarious, man, hilarious. Hey, so Tuesday, you know who I'm sitting in your chair Tuesday?
Who you got?
Miss Parker.
Really?
Friday. Yeah, she'll be here Tuesday. I'm so excited to have her on.
Miss Parker.
Hey, I'm trying to go to the skating ring or something. You know what I mean? Shit.
That's fantastic, man. That is fantastic. Yeah, man. We got Deontay Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everybody, go to Last Stand Podcast with Brian Custer. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000. So we want to do that. The website is laststandsports.com. We have all the episodes there too. You can support the show. So we have an icon on there. I never knew what it was for, but now I know.
Yeah. Even on your YouTube, like when you go live, you can premiere your videos and people can support that way as well.
I like that. So,
so you got the premiere button.
But we're gonna put them. We just got some new merchandise. We got some new merchandise made. So I'm gonna send you some merch, man, because we got the hats should be coming in this week. So we were waiting to get the hats in, and once we got the hats in, we want to start marketing that. Everything on there. So I'll make sure to send you a hat, some shirts, and some stuff, man. But I'll send you a sweatshirt. I see you always rocking the sweatshirt. So I gotta make sure I send you a sweatshirt.
I support them all. Hey, DB finally came in. You putting people to sleep, Brian? The hell, Brian putting people to sleep, DB. Listen.
Hell no, man. I'm pumped up and energized. What's going on, Big Custer?
What's up, my brother?
Oh man, I feel like $1 million, man, with a $3 smile.
Man, you were snoring just about 2 minutes ago.
No, that's not him. That's another guy. That's another guy.
Okay, I was about to say.
He said he's still asleep. We might. This gonna be fun. Hey, what's up, DB?
Oh shit, I'm in here. B, I was thinking about something. You know, you got a crazy story, and your story is still going on right now. You're in the prime of your career. You're a young, healthy man. And, you know, just from birth, your story that you told us last time, and, you know, the illness and surviving that, and, you know, going to HBCU. I mean, there's so many layers and so many levels to your story. If there was a movie about Brian Custer, who would play you in that movie and why?
That's a great question, man. My wife always laughs. She always says that me and Tay Diggs are like cousins. You know what I mean? Now that she says, you know, you have a Tay Diggs kind of look to you. So I'd probably say he's probably the closest guy who looks like me. But you know, it is, you know, one of the things, to be honest with you, I've been thinking about writing a book just about different things because, you know, listen, my parents were 21 and 19. And they were driving to my father's side to Alabama to go visit his grandparents for the first time. They were newly married. My mother was 6 months pregnant with me, and my father, you know, fell asleep. They were an hour out away from Birmingham, and he fell asleep. They went off the road. Car tipped over. He ended up breaking his neck, and that's how my father died. So I never met my natural father. And my mother was 6 months pregnant with me. She had a broken arm, broken leg. I didn't move in her stomach for maybe a week. They thought maybe that she was going to lose me. And one of the reasons why they never told her that my father had died was because they thought that the stress would make her lose me. And because I hadn't moved at all. And so she didn't know that my father had died for 5 days. And then they finally told her once they felt her vitals came back and I had moved, then they felt that it was safe enough to tell her, hey, your husband had died. So it's my story it's a different one. I've always felt like I'm a survivor.
Well, showtime.
Yeah.
Steven. Hey, yo, Steven.
Yo, Steven.
Yeah.
No, but we need you right now.
Yeah, I'm about to give him a call, man. Tell Steven I still got love for him, even though I disagree with him on the party stuff, man. You know, I'll give him a call.
Yeah,
I spoke to him a couple of months. Yeah.
The second part, what I was thinking about was the book. You know, I was going to ask you that second because I think there's a lot of guys, and I know this may not reach some people, but for the guys who are locked up in the penitentiary and guys that think that their life might be over, your story is a good opportunity for them to see that there's more than a second chance. There's a third and a fourth chance sometimes for people. So I think the book would be a phenomenal opportunity for some of our brothers, man. So I think you should really, really try to make that happen.
Absolutely. And I've been, sometimes when I'm on the road, I kind of write down some stuff and I save it to my computer about different things that have happened to me in my career. And so that way I have it all compiled, so when I can finally put it together, that it's something I can present to somebody and say, hey, look, here we go. Tell me what you think. And but yeah, I have been doing that more so now than I did in the past. Because I really do. I think eventually I do want to put this book out.
Right on. I love it, man. Well, I don't want to ask too many things and give too many things away because I want everybody to do like we did the last time you came on and go flood your subscriptions, man, and get you to 10,000.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I ask him a question, DB? Have you ever been fired from a job, Brian?
No, I haven't been fired. When I was in Dallas, everyone, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. And so my television career started in Ohio. I've always loved Dallas. It's like my second home. And so, I was there. I was a sports anchor there, and I was there for almost 10 years before we moved here to the Northeast in New York and Jersey. And the reason I left was because I had gotten to a point where I felt that I had done so much for this television station, the CBS 11 station that was there. And the general manager felt like, nah, I can always find somebody like you. And he even said that to me. This guy named Steve Malden he came from Miami. He was probably one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever met in television. But I never forget the day I was in his office and we were negotiating and he didn't want to talk to my agent. He wanted to talk to me. And he said, listen, I'll be honest with you, Brian. Sure, you're popular here, but I can find somebody who looks just like you.
Wow.
And put that. And I knew at that point, this guy doesn't even value me. And so when he made his offer to me, it was so humiliating. It was like, offering me like $1,000 raise. I mean, it was really humiliating. And so I told my wife that day, I was like, you know what? I know this is home for you and I love this place. But it's going to be time for me to move on. And that was the reason I ended up leaving Dallas. So I don't think, and a lot of people thought I was crazy when I left because they were like, you were the only black sports anchor there. You were popular. But to me, he didn't value me. And I felt like I wouldn't respect myself if I would have just re-signed that contract because hell, he was just going to offer me any old thing. And so to me, I felt as if it was being fired because of the offer he presented to me. But yeah, to me, that's the closest thing that's ever happened to me. He never said you're fired, but to me, that offer was so humiliating. He might as well just said you're fired. To me, I mean, I know a lot of people thought I was crazy at the time for leaving, but if they would have known what he was offering, then they'd be like, oh, okay, well, I understand now. And the funny thing about it is everybody who told me I was crazy for not accepting the offer, the 3-year deal that he offered me, all of those people ended up either being laid off or fired by him. Wow. It may have taken a year or two, but after I left, all of them in that sports department, half of the news people that were on air either got fired or laid off because of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
You made it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Getting paper.
Not yet.
Hey, I'm gonna be like Derek James. Are those Emmys back there?
Yeah. See, those are the other ones. Those are the other ones. The other two are downstairs. There's one over here, and then they got one over here.
Now we got a big house. The other ones are downstairs. You know.
I know, man.
Oh man.
Hey, man, we sure appreciate you coming out again, man. A lot of people come on one time, and I think they get scared, man, because we be crazy here in the barbershop. We ask some crazy questions. We don't let nobody off the hook because it's really the barbershop. And you came back, man. So we got to give you kudos for that. Like we got to give Bud his kudos for beating up a broken Kell Brook. But anyhow, yeah, no, we got to do it though, man. But man, we appreciate you. Fred, what else you got, man? Before we close out,
we gonna get B out and then we'll holler at us.
Hey,
But yeah, go ahead.
Fred, I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you why I came back only for the simple fact is this, and I never told you this, so I'm telling you, you're hearing this for the first time. I talked to a guy who was a PR guy for one of our boxing companies, and they represent a really top fighter, and we were talking about having this person on, and he said, hey, sure, I definitely want him on your platform. I see how all these great fighters on here, and I think he needs to be on there. And he said, I only have one question for you. And I said, sure. And he said, well, I see you did this episode and you had Ellie and you had Fred Hawthorne on there. I said, absolutely. I said, it was great. And he was like, yeah, I just wanted to know why. And I said, well, to me, it was all about guys who are in the business and did it in a unique way, went their own way, and have made a great living for them, whether it's been through social media and still cover the sport and been very successful. I thought a lot of people learned a lot from that episode. Right. And he said, yeah, but do you know this is the same guy who approached such and such in a Home Depot and said this and that? Do you know this is the same guy who approached Mikey Garcia and such and such? And do you know this is the same guy? I said, okay, and your point is what? But why would you go on that show? And I said, and why would you have him on? Because I think that A, he educated a lot of people, and B, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Why does that have anything to do with your fight? Well, I just wanted to see, if I get him on, what kind of show is he going to be walking in onto? And I even told him, I said, look, it would have been great to have this fighter on, but you're not going to tell me how to run my show.
Amen.
It's my show. And you're not going to tell me who I have on my show and who show I go on. So you know what? Hey, I appreciate your time. I don't think I want your fighter. But I didn't care for it. I didn't like it. Because again, it goes to just the nerve of you to think that you are so high and mighty that you gonna dictate to me who I'm gonna have on my show. And and as I told him, your fighter's great, but you know what? I don't need him. If you don't want it, I don't need him. But yeah, that was, and I was meaning I wasn't gonna tell you, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let them know because some of these cats need to be put in their place.
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm.
They need to be put in their place. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was especially why I really wanted to come on too.
Well, we Jimmy appreciate you, and I didn't know you had that story, but that's why I told you guys when you guys see Brian Custer in the middle of everywhere, whether he's doing a football game or a boxing match, just walk up to him and say thank you. Yeah. All right, just say he's helped me out a lot in terms of my decorum. Yeah. I watch him and I be like, okay. I can get similar results if I do it this way. Just be watching you. I'm okay. I got to maneuver a little bit. You know what I mean? So thanks. So just tell him thank you every time you see him. I mean?
Hey, you doing it, brother. You doing it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you doing it, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate y'all's support. I mean, listen, whenever I've come on here, you're right. I mean, the support from my show has just gone through the roof. So I appreciate y'all. For subscribing, supporting the show, giving little dollars, whatever. I just appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, Brian. You out of DB? You good? He hung up. So anyway, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you keep doing it, brother. I'm always watching you. So you keep doing your thing, man.
I know.
And I love that you hey, listen, you not only educating us, you edifying our souls, but you also housing folk. I mean, come on, man. Mm-hmm. You doing it all, man. Look, thank you. Thank you.
Well, let's be great together. Let's be great
absolutely.
together. Let's be great together, man. Appreciate it, man.
And I'm gonna hit you so I can get your address so I can send you some merch.
Easy. I'll put in your DM.
Okay, cool.
Sure, appreciate
Thank you, brother.
all the time.
Love you, man.
I love you too, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, man. So see if this nigga still sleep, man. Listen. This nigga still sleep. Yeah, man. Let me get Sweet Sciences. I can say him now. He was reading them. You're the best. This nigga got how big is your engine, nigga? You in a V12? limo tent the V12?
I'm in the SS right now, so that motherfucker loud.
Double check,
probably like a big ass cat.
Double check the details. God damn, nigga, man, my God, you're the best. You're the best in the business, Brian. And the book will be inspiring to read for sure. There also needs to be a documentary to go with that story to Amazing Journey. Stay blessed. Yeah, Steven Espinoza got to do something on. He did it on Morrow, so he got to do it on Brian. You know, I mean, that'll be dope to get an inside look on B's life. You know what I mean? Salute Brian for being yourself and knowing your worth as a man. Keep up the great work and dropping exclusive interviews. Yeah, his interviews are fire. That's what I listen to Tuesday morning. I ain't lying to y'all. I don't have to lie. I know it's dropping on Tuesday, and y'all know I'm watching it with D on there, shit. So make sure y'all go subscribe, and we'll get him over 10 this week. In my Jesse Jackson voice, Fred, keep agitation alive. Keep agitation alive. Stay on their head. You already know I am. Hey, tomorrow we're gonna do an Andre Ward special, man. We're gonna do an Andre Ward special tomorrow. He came after me this weekend. Hard. I ain't forgot, but you know what I mean? I had Bob Arum on today. You know, bosses only talk to bosses, man. We talk to Brian Custer, Bob Arum. We don't talk to B's, but we don't talk to lowercase B's in the barbershop. You know what I mean? We talk to uppercase, you know what I mean? Brian and Bob, you know what I mean?
All the smoke. Yeah, we want all the smoke.
Yeah, man. But
great the feelings, man. But we'll get on that tomorrow. Yeah, for damn sure.
Yeah, that motherfucker came at me hard. But it's cool. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna have some fun. He was trolling all week. I forgot to ask B about that. Yeah, we spoke in the comment section about that real quick. But yeah, man. So Tuesday we got Miss Parker in here. Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
We got her in here Tuesday. So that's gonna be a hell of an interview. Hey, see if BB still sleep. BNB Boss, listen, see if he still sleep. Homie, man. Counting sheep.
Yeah, that strong bottle, boy. God damn.
Yeah,
what else can we do? Damn, today's Sunday, man. Shit. These days and weeks are going by so fast, man. We had a good time today, man. When it posted up with the homie Jarvis, hung out with Frederick Hawthorne and the Queen Patty Dean, man. We had a good old time, chill for a minute. You know, and ran around LA for a minute, you know, and had Brian Custer in the building, man. I was telling Fred earlier that you know, when I first checked for Custer, I did the same thing that the Deacon did. I was like, he's a corporate head. He's gonna be the same as everybody else. And I made that mistake. And you know, once he was gonna come on the show, and I started doing some research and looking at some more interviews and stuff like that, man. Then he came on the show, and I was like, this is a different kind of cat, man. He reminded me of Kendall Gill, actually.
Okay, I see that.
He reminded me of Kendall, and he came on, man. And after that, every time he's doing something out, you know, whether it's a basketball, football game, his imprint is all over sports. But I've been paying attention to him, man, and he a rock solid dude. And I'm glad you got a chance to come back to the shop. I'm not sure how my phone sounded. Jay Dixon was clowning me earlier, and G5 Gay was clowning, talking about my Barack Obama phone. This is a Joe Biden phone. Shit sounds crazy.
Yeah, I voted for him. Reggie Owens voted for him.
Yeah, shit. Not your boy.
I'm on my blue bud, man. I got chips and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Blue Blood just jumped in the chat a little while ago too.
I saw him. Blue Blood doing a hell of a job over there on the east
Yeah.
side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing a hell of a job for sure.
Yeah,
man.
Blue Cuz in the chat. What up, Blue Cuz? My people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Biden MAGA.
Biden what?
Biden MAGA.
Reggie, goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The interview was on Fight Out. He was talking about me because he said, okay, I'm on it.
What?
Wait, let me find this real quick. Andre Ward said I manipulated his words, right? We're gonna have some fun with this dude tomorrow. And all I did was just all I did. Oh, you guys. Oh, you can't hear it on I don't have my phone on me. Shit. But I just pulled the video. That's all I did. That's all I did was pull the video. That's it. I didn't do anything. But yeah, that's what it is, man. So that's what it is. So he's mad. His little feelings are hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just an emotional being.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. Hey, Dre, we love you, man. I know you listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's listening. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be. You YouTubers trying to make man. Anyhow, man. I'm doing some aromatherapy, so let me just be let me just
Woosa, huh? Woosa.
Oh God, this motherfucker, man. This nigga crazy.
Damn. All right. So tomorrow, you said tomorrow, Miss Parker, right?
Tuesday. Tomorrow was just us, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Tomorrow was just us. So we just gonna campaign and show out, just have a great time, man. It was great seeing you today. It was great seeing producer Patty. It was great seeing. We gonna have a good time. JJ in the building. You know what I mean? It was
JJ the gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got the chance to hang out. We spent money with each other. We hung out. We ate. We had some dessert. You know what I mean? We made sure producer Patty got to the door. I mean, got to her car safely. You know what I mean? And so that's what it was. So we had a great time. Mm-hmm. Had a great
Max
time.
won at the event. Max won right after the event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Easy. You know how we do LA style. Shit. All right, man. Let's go on and get a fan band some love, man. We're gonna get out of here
early today. Early.
Yeah, it ain't early. It's just on time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
On time.
It's just on time. You gotta remember last year. Shit. At this time, we would have been done already 5 minutes ago.
On the dot.
Shit, we had to do it before 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
At 11 o'clock, we had to be finished with our last words.
Yeah.
So,
hey, before you do roll call, let's see if the nigga still sleep.
God damn.
This nigga knocked out, dog. Hey, Brian Custer, you about to be in the meme, dog. Look at this.
It sound like an old muffler talking about my engine. Shit.
Hey, why is it always funny, man? Why is it always funny when people fall asleep? Why is it always funny? I don't know why it's funny.
Oh, shit, because that's something that old people do. You know, you got to be either old or a wino or unhealthy. But, healthy people don't just fall asleep at mid-sentence and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I did earlier today? Motherfucker just in the middle of his sentence just falling asleep. Mm-hmm. That's some weird. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, he ain't never gonna live this down. Hey, real rap. You need some material, nigga? Do you need some joke material? Here you go. You got all the ammo you need. Make something funny out of it. Real rap ain't said nothing funny. He ain't said. I mean, he been trying. I mean, he been on training wheels this whole shit we've been on, man. He been on training wheels for a year and a half. Red said he in hibernation.
Hey, Jay said he got a V6 engine snore. Oh man.
Hey, B&B, floor it, B&B, floor it. Let me hear what it sound like.
Man, his poor lady, man, got to listen to that shit. Laying next to a damn bear.
All right, man. We gonna let this. You want this to play with the song and shit?
Hustler Flair, my brother J8, the sweet science examiner in the building. Champion hard in there. Yeah, I seen Chaos Williams knockout. I saw that. Let's see. Boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. Real rap in there. Cal Davis, stay on their necks, cuz. Treehouse 2021. My brother CJ, Corey Yellowman Jackson. The queen, she's your queen to be. Patty Dean in the house. Jai the Real. Why not? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. B. Hodges in the house. He said epilepsy. God damn. Mike Weary the Great. He said nigga sleepy. Like he has some Tom Brown in the building still. Dave Jack in the house. Local brother Phil J 508. Hey Phil J, what is 508? I thought about that. We got 323, 310, 818, 714. Why 508? I never knew that. Anyhow, Khalil Quinlan. He said early is on time and early is late. Yeah. J.A. Dixon in the building. Background. Andrew Charles. Hoodie Smoke. The Deacon 305. G5 Gabe. Dave the Real Thomas. Let's see. Asia Math. Box fan. I think we're back to Mike Jones. All right, I think that's pretty much it, man, for the family that's in the building right now.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, yeah. So the movie's gonna be. I'm gonna check right now. Thank you.
Yep.
Let me see who won. I ain't got to share it. Y'all trust me. It's on my community page anyway. And the winner is with 45%. Menace to Society. Menace to Society. So, it may be the first, because that Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we may have 3 weeks to watch it after the Errol Spence fight. So more like December 9th, because that Thursday is Thanksgiving. When is Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think on the 26th.
Okay, so we'll go the following week, which is the week December 3rd. So December.
Yeah, why we can't do it? Why we can't do it on Thanksgiving?
December 3rd. December 3rd. I'll be in here.
Yeah, y'all still celebrating them pagan holidays?
Oh, this nigga Muslim.
Yeah. Robbing and stealing land and shit. Y'all still celebrating this?
This nigga Muslim.
Pillagers and colonizers and shit. Fuck Thanksgiving. Oh, my mama.
Oh, my mama.
Oh, and before we get out of here too, man, everybody, a big shout out to OG Drew Titan, man. Happy C-Day, cuzzo.
Happy
C-Day, Drew Titan.
Oh,
and
man.
Dre Finance, I see you back there. Yeah, that's a whole bass line and drums with this dude right there with the snoring.
Yep.
So with all of that being said, play the song, Fred!
Yeah. Yeah, we got the remix tonight, though. We got the remix with some 808s, you know? They got some 808s. They got some 808s, man. Got some 808s. Yeah, man.
I've come this way before. Travel to open door. Circumstances never gave it to pass. And life happened oh so fast.
Lonely sometimes. And smash the like button on the way out, man. Smash the like button. Tuesday, we got Miss Parker. Oh, shit. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. I will go to December 3rd because people are going to be doing family shit, man. And Menace to Society is we going to need everyone's everyone's involvement on that one. All right, we'll go to 3rd. Yeah, we'll go to 3rd. But, oh, man. I can't wait.
People Fernandez, where you at?
People Hernandez. We got out of here on time, nigga. He in here. Hey, 11:11. Make a wish. Hey. 5 mics from People Hernandez. And you take it personal.
The devil is alive. Hey.
Some things you gotta do. Hey, 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 hey.
Much expected, when I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine on that real. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
Rob G, get him.
Man, this was a good show. Oh, dude, we've had so much great energy on this show the past like 2 weeks, dog. Past 2 weeks, the energy's just been choo, 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 choo. Man, it's like the 4th of July in this motherfucker. It's like Juneteenth in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, it's going up on Juneteenth. I already told Lincoln, hey, we going up on Juneteenth, man. We gonna have a motherfucking party. And it's on the Saturday this year, too, next year. Yeah. We going up. I'm gonna go down to Mexico. Nah, maybe I gotta get we gotta find some black fireworks sellers. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'll do. We going up.
Last time.
First, no.
Hey.
Call it Big Dinner Day, right? Yeah, I don't celebrate. Oh. Things you gotta do. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, what's up? I think Reggie might be going live. Everybody walking down the street, a couple of doors down. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. See you at Reggie Owens. I'll see you in less than 24 hours. Love you, Fred.
Love you too, man. We out to Summer Biscuit, man. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Big Dinner Day. I like that. Big Dinner Day. Yeah, because you know you got family members that work for cities and states, so just change the name. Just same way we did the word bad, same way we did the word nigga. You know what I mean? Same way we did all that. You know, we the innovators of this, man. We the creators of this, man. I love y'all, man. Love y'all. Tomorrow it's all us. All us. All us. I'll holler at y'all niggas. See y'all tomorrow.